Every time you smoke a cigarette, you're taking 7 to 11 minutes off your life. For the typical smoker, that can be as much as 10 years. You're nearly twice as likely to die of heart disease, almost 3 times more likely to die of cancer. By the age of 45, your lung function is already declined at 3 times the normal rate. But it's not too late. You can quit just as quickly and easily as I did. Is it true? Is it finally possible to quit smoking without the agonizing cravings and headaches? The answer is yes. I had tried to quit for the last decade, but I never made it more than a couple of days before I was right back at it, before I gave in to the cravings. I hated smoking, but after smoking for 30 years, I didn't know if I could quit, and nobody else thought I could either. But I had a trick up my sleeve. I'll tell you exactly what my trick is in a second. But first, imagine the day you will be completely smoke-free. No cravings and no desire to smoke. In fact, you can't remember the last time it even crossed your mind. When you're amazed at how much better you can breathe. Inhaling deep is no longer impossible, but a common part of your day. And just think how you'll feel when you quit with virtually no withdrawal symptoms, like insomnia, tension, or weight gain. Imagine how good you'll feel when you join these other people who have successfully quit smoking.
What I really like about Smoke Away is the fact that it is all natural, all herbs, and the whole reason behind me quitting smoking was to quit putting chemicals in my body, which in fact is what you're doing when you put the patch on. I know, I'm putting health in my body, but I'm actually refueling my body with all natural products so that the fact that it works and I'm doing it naturally means it's a win-win solution for me.
I have been smoking for like 30 years, 35 years. I have tried various different ways to quit smoking, which I couldn't do. So I heard a commercial to try Smoke Away. In just 1 week, I quit smoking. That's been about a year now. Well, almost a year.
I was a smoker for 43 years. I tried quitting many, many times. I have tried everything on the market. Then I saw the Smoke Away program on television and thought, well, I've tried everything else, might as well give this a chance. So I sent away for it, and since the first day that I used Smoke Away, I have not wanted a cigarette at all.
I tried the gum, hypnosis, the patches. I tried cold turkey. I tried substitution, things to do with your hands, things to do with your mouth. I tried everything you could think of. Pressure points, anything to stop that, but nothing worked. I've never been able to visualize myself as a non-smoker, but this product made it so easy, it just blew my mind. I couldn't believe it was so easy.
The day that changed my life. This is the day I knew I had to stop. My best friend was diagnosed with lung cancer. The shock was evident on her face. The day before, she was worried about her bills. The next, she was worried she wouldn't see her daughter grow up. The amount of regret she poured out to me was overwhelming. We both cried for hours as she recounted the steps in her life that brought her to that sobering moment. That's when I knew it was no longer a choice. My grandchild was about to be born, and the thought of smoking keeping me from seeing my grandchild grow up, missing birthdays, all because of some dirty habit I didn't like anyway, was simply too much. I decided I had to quit, then and there. I tried quitting, dozens of times, but each time I would make it a couple of days and then the cravings would beat me. I'd have one cigarette, just enough to prevent me from breaking, but then I'd have another. Next thing I knew, I was smoking a pack a day again. One day, I stumbled across a product called Smoke Away. It was all natural, which was one of my main concerns. Over 2 million people have used it with no reported side effects, so I decided to give it a try. What happened next shocked me. Every time I tried to quit smoking, it was only a couple days until the cravings beat me down. But when I used Smoke Away, I felt great. I didn't feel I was missing anything. I noticed it took me a couple of months to get rid of the behavioral habits of smoking, but all it took was a little self-control for me to change my habits, which wasn't a big deal since I no longer felt the need or the desire to smoke. Best of all, it doesn't make you addicted to any new harmful stimulants. Ever try nicotine replacement? Did you find you were still enslaved to nicotine? One of the problems is that most people try to use patches and nicotine gum as their primary method of quitting. The problem with this approach is that nicotine is still going into your system. And remember, nicotine is the very thing that keeps you addicted. So, ultimately, this approach won't produce lasting results. Think of it this way. Would you give an alcoholic more drinks to get him to quit? Would you give a dieter more cake and candy to help him lose weight? Of course not. So why would anyone want to put more nicotine into their bodies when it's the nicotine they're trying to lose their addiction to? That's why e-cigs don't work. The latest craze is e-cigarettes or vaping units. They are not for people that truly want to quit smoking. They're simply replacing one expensive habit for another one. If they really helped you quit smoking, you wouldn't see a vape shop on every corner selling batteries, filters, nicotine juices, etc. They have to keep people hooked in order to stay in business. Also, as time goes by, researchers are finding out the e-cigs may be just as harmful as real cigarettes. To quit smoking, you eventually have to get off the nicotine, and withdrawal from nicotine can be very unpleasant. It's a big reason why even those that are the most committed go back. Smoke Away has virtually nothing in common with nicotine-based products. One, Smoke Away is all natural and doesn't require a prescription like many other products out there. Two, nicotine products don't fix the problem. They just put a different Band-Aid over it. Basically, what these products do is release regular, ongoing doses of nicotine into your bloodstream. Three, according to a 2015 study by Harvard University, more than 75% of vaping liquids contain diacetyl, a known carcinogen when inhaled. Because anyone can produce vape liquid unregulated, there is no way of knowing what you're putting in your body along with the nicotine. 4. According to doctors, all nicotine replacement programs have side effects. In fact, 1 out of every 20 people have serious side effects that have forced them to stop taking nicotine replacements. 5. And remember, Smoke Away addresses all levels of the addiction, the physical, psychological, and the emotional. Is it really possible for the Smoke Away program to help you break 30 years of habit and cravings? To say I was skeptical was an understatement. Ultimately, the decision to quit comes down to you. Changing your habits and quitting is a difficult process, not for the faint of heart. Any program is only as effective as the person behind it. But if you have the desire and commitment to quit, then the Smoke Away program can help. I've quitted probably 100 times over the last 8 years, but using Smoke Away, I was finally able to break free of my addiction, almost pain-free. Smoke Away is made of a proprietary blend of all natural herbal ingredients. They are blended in specific doses and just the right amount to cleanse your system and erase the chemical bonds cigarettes have held on your body for years. Finally, you can break free from the addiction without the usual cravings and stress. No more migraines or feelings of withdrawal. Once you have used Smoke Away for 30 days, you'll wonder how it took so long for you to drop the bad habit.
I tried the patch several times, I tried chewing gum, but I'm not a gum chewer and I figured I'm trying to get away from nicotine. It's silly to put nicotine in your body when it's the exact thing you are trying to get away from. I have 9 grandchildren and I'm very close to all of them. They are all little and they all say, "Grandma, we wish you wouldn't smoke and please don't smoke. We want you around for a long time," so for them and for me, now I visit them and I can take them places and be in their little world without having to stop to have a cigarette. They come to the house now and they go, "Wow, Grandma, your house smells so good." Now you know. Honest to God, they do.
It took about 3 days for the cravings to go away. After that, I never touched another cigarette.
It's so nice to be able to wake up in the morning and not want a cigarette. Since I've used Smoke Away, I have not woken up once and wanted a cigarette. For me, it worked overnight. The instructions tell you to take 3 at bedtime. The very first dose, you take 3 of these pills at bedtime. Go to sleep, and wake up in the morning, and with breakfast, have 3 more. Well, I did exactly that, and I didn't have the urge, and I know it worked the first day for me. I quit overnight.
The first thing I did was look at the bottle to see if there were any chemicals in it, and there are no chemicals in it, which I like very much. They're all herbs of some type, and obviously a perfect blend because they are very effective. Smoke Away is it is the truth. Smoke Away is absolutely unbelievable. That combination of herbs is what they are. There is no chemicals in this thing at all. Could get her to quit after all these years of smoking is just unbelievable.
Here's how it works. First, it works on the physical level by helping your body detoxify itself. In other words, you quickly metabolize away the nicotine and other poisons associated with smoking and get them out of your system. Second, it works on the psychological level by helping to almost instantly eliminate the cravings, so you simply don't want to reach for a cigarette anymore. Third, it works on the emotional level by helping you stay calm, relaxed, and satisfied, so you don't need a smoke to calm your nerves. It's completely safe. I've secretly hated smoking, and would usually say how much I hate it while on a smoke break. But 3 days later I would be back at it, even though I knew full well what would happen if I didn't quit. You don't want to quit smoking just to become addicted to another harmful substance. Luckily, Smoke Away is completely natural, and out of over 2 million users, there have been 0 reported side effects. In fact, lots of people order time and time again, even though they stopped smoking already, just because they report that they feel great while taking Smoke Away. Here's the process other successful quitters have used. Step 1. Take Formula 1 for 7 days. You'll want to take this to tackle the cravings and to realign your body so it can continue to operate normally even though you technically still have an addiction. The point of Formula 1 is to allow your body to break the initial response and keep you feeling great while quitting cold turkey. It's possible to get faster results than average, so if you feel the cravings have completely disappeared before the 7 days are up, about 20% of users find it works faster than directed and claims it takes less than 7 days to kick the habit, then it's time to move on to Step 2. Once the cravings stop and you no longer feel the need for the Formula 1, it's time to switch over to the maintenance. To ensure your first month as a non-smoker is the best possible, you'll also receive a 30-day supply of health-supporting nutrients called maintenance. This special supplement is specially formulated to work with the Smoke Away system to help ensure your body will continue the detoxification process. It's designed to maintain your body's systems and keep you healthy while your body adapts back to being smoke-free. After years of wear and tear from the carcinogens, your body will be chronically low on certain vitamins and minerals for a while until it can regain its natural balance. Maintenance is made to restore the balance until your body does it on its own, so you stay feeling healthy and don't fall back into previous vicious cycles. It's all about making, and more importantly, keeping your successful steps forward. The powerful Smoke Away Kit. Breaking any addiction takes a calculated and methodical approach, and without addressing all of the potential pitfalls associated with the addiction, most people will fail. Smoke Away uses a multi-part system to ensure their users succeed by addressing all of the factors associated with nicotine withdrawal. Users of the Smoke Away system are in a position to finally reach their goal of quitting. First, their all-natural herbal formulation in Formula 1 keeps you calm and comfortable as the nicotine withdrawal begins. Passion flower, ginseng, bayberry root, and echinacea powder are just a few of the powerful ingredients that work independently and synergistically to help you stay calm and comfortable in spite of the nasty withdrawal systems your body throws at you. And while the withdrawals can be the number one reason so many smokers fail to quit, it is only the first step. Next, the Smoke Away maintenance program begins to flush the residual nicotine out of your system naturally. Failing to rid the body of the stored nicotine is what is responsible for the relapse so many smokers experience. With nicotine present even in small amounts, the brain is triggered to crave more. As this excess nicotine is flushed out of your body will return to the state it was before you ever picked up a cigarette. In fact, according to the American Cancer Society, here is what happens to your body after you've quit. 20 minutes after quitting, your heart rate and blood pressure drop. 12 hours after quitting, the carbon monoxide level in your blood drops to normal. 2 weeks to 3 months after quitting, your circulation improves and your lung function increases. 1 to 9 months after quitting, coughing and shortness of breath decrease. Tiny hair-like structures that move mucus out of the lungs, called cilia, start to regain normal function in your lungs, increasing their ability to handle mucus, clean the lungs, and reduce the risk of infection. So you will see benefits literally minutes after quitting, and the body will begin to repair itself. But it gets even better. 1 year after quitting, the excess risk of coronary heart disease is half of that of someone who still smokes. Your heart attack risk drops dramatically. 5 years after quitting, your risk of cancers of the mouth, throat, esophagus, and bladder is cut in half. Cervical cancer risk falls to that of a non-smoker. Your stroke risk can fall to that of a non-smoker after 2 to 5 years. 10 years after quitting, your risk of dying from lung cancer is about half of that of a person who is still smoking. Your risk of cancer of the larynx, voice box, and pancreas decreases. 15 years after quitting, your risk of coronary heart disease is that of a non-smoker's. Finally, the Smoke Away program takes into consideration that the urge to smoke may come back, simply because habits can be so deeply rooted that on occasion something can trigger them. So to help relieve any desire to smoke, they've included a powerful, natural homeopathic medicine that will help relieve any and all desires you may have to smoke. This formula comes in a convenient spray that is easy to take and use wherever you go. Designed for daily use, it can also be used when you feel an urge coming on. Simply spray 2 to 3 shots into your mouth for fast relief. Is it worth it to you? Getting back years of your life? Saving thousands a year spent on nicotine? Reducing the tens of thousands in medical bills smoking creates? But most importantly, seeing your kids and grandkids grow up and get old, attending their birthdays, and leaving good memories of them, not having them see you deteriorate in front of them. For a few bucks a day, you can get a natural remedy that will get you over that hurdle. That's less than a cheap cup of coffee, but infinitely more valuable. And it'll likely save you tens of thousands of dollars in medical bills. Plus, you're not substituting a new addiction for your old one, or risking any side effects. Imagine how good you'll feel when you beat it, when you've quit smoking permanently. And how good you'll feel when you don't have any more cravings. You'll join the ranks of those who said they were going to quit and did. I know you're probably thinking the same thing as me. Sounds too good to be true. Don't take their, or even my word for it. Here are just a few of the examples of why social media is blowing up over Smoke Away.